Hi friends, I am going to be drawing a squirrel today. So I was out with Marley and I saw something I've never seen before. There was a squirrel and the squirrel was running along the road and it looked like it had a marshmallow in its mouth. But then when I got closer, it turned out not to be a marshmallow. But it was a big white mushroom. I didn't even know that squirrels ate mushrooms. I mean, it's convenient for them because they are out there and they will see them all the time walking around. It's convenient for probably everybody because they clean up the mushrooms too, I guess. But it was the first time I'd ever seen it, so it was just pretty cool. I did get a chance to snap a quick picture of it. It's a little fuzzy picture, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to make some decisions about it as I go, since it's not necessarily going to be, since drawing it isn't 100% clear on this. But in what I'm doing right now is the squirrel is kind of curled up. This is actually the tail of the squirrel, and so the rear of the squirrel, this kind of all curves up around the back here, but the tail was right up around the side like this. So we're gonna do the best we can here to get a little fuzzy kind of tail curled up around the back of this. It gets bigger as it goes up here, actually. It gets quite a bit bigger up there than it is in the, and then it kind of just sort of curls back around. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture that I have because it blends in with the tree. It's a little camouflage of the squirrel up there, but actually it might even continue even further. But all right, that's the basic shape there. And then as it comes down here like this is going to be a little bit darker right here too, in the bottom of the leg. But then the squirrel's little paw, really kind of cute little tiny fingers of the paw here. Kinda, yeah, like that. And then there's a little bit of a bigger gap here. This one. So it comes over like that. And there's a little bit of the white underbelly of the squirrel here too. It's hard to see fully what the squirrel's, what its paw's looking like right here, but it is dark down here. It's very dark on this part of it. And then it sort of comes up, curves up here a little bit. And this is going to be white underneath here once I get it set. See how this turns out. I'm kind of going, yeah, there we go. I think that might be, well, actually probably should have gone a little higher than that, but we'll do that. Bring it over here, and then it sort of curls back in here and has a line that comes up here. It's on a tree branch, so it has because it's on a tree branch, it goes up at an angle this way. Let's see here. Get this up here like this. Trying to get some of the, like, it has little curves there. It's interesting to look at this squirrel because, like, you see the little curves that sort of give you the feeling of this, of the muscles almost there in the paw. And then it's got some tiny little claws right here like this that are spread out more on this one. then from here, from this paw, it sort of has a little bit wider opening here up to there, like that. There is that white underbelly, like I said. And then this is definitely going to be darker in here, curling up like that. There's a little bit of sort of darkness that comes up this way. And the paw is a little bit in the light here, so it kind of sticks out a little bit. That this is going to be interesting. I'm trying to make some like sort of lines, almost like, so you can see it like fur here, but I got to also make it spread out a little bit because it starts to get lighter. Very gray. It's the whole, I mean, it's a, what is it, Eastern gray squirrel or something like that, I think is the actual name of it. And then this part here is going to be pretty dark coming out of here. It only gets lighter as it gets further away. So we're just giving this a little bit. Gets kind of a darkness that curls up this way. But it was pretty cool to see. I mean, that's one of the things I love about getting out in nature. I love getting out there with Marley, is that you just never know what you're gonna see. First time ever seeing a squirrel with a big old mushroom in its mouth. And I mean, Marley and I have gone on hikes, I mean, certainly hundreds of times, if not thousands of times. Oftentimes the same hikes. I mean, some of the ones we like near us, I really like the Nolan Trail. That's what we were on. We cut a little bit short. It's a 5-mile loop, but we cut it a little bit short and made it a 4-mile loop, so that because what I do is at the end of it, Marley typically gets pretty muddy at some point on the trail, and I like to let her go for a little swim. But where we are when we go for the swim, or when she goes for the swim, I don't go for a swim, but when she goes for the swim, I don't want her running around in the mud again afterwards. So I'll let her go for the swim, and then we will take the trail back. The rest of the concrete path and trail back for the last part of the trail. So, all right, yeah. So I'm getting this here, giving a little bit of that part that sort of curves up. And this sort of all is a little bit faded out. There's some bushiness to this tail. I want to make it, definitely I'm hoping to be able to make it look like it's sort of fades out as this tail, but it's not really, well, there is some pretty light part on the end of the tail, up here especially, right up in this area right here, there's a pretty light part, but I'm just sort of bringing this out. And it's interesting, there's kind of a little dark patch too going up this way on the tail. Sort of has a little dark patch up there, and then there's a lot that's kind of like a middling gray kind of color. Very fluffy tail. Maybe I can get the edge to look particularly fluffy. Get it. Yeah, it's definitely too pointed there, or too rounded there. I mean, too straight. I need that to get more of a curl like that. All right, now I'm gonna get over here where this mushroom is. It's really kind of a funny looking thing here, but see if I can get that as best I can. Let's see, starting with just want the little edge of the mushroom, and it gets very, very white at one point up in here too. A very bright edge to this mushroom. It's interesting look of this squirrel here. Let me see if I can get this here. This is all the mushroom right here. I want it to really fade out here though. I'll sort of get a white line in there. Alright, so it curls up like this. And then there's a little bit, maybe this is even some that he bit out. I can't tell if it's something that was bitten out by the squirrel or. So that's kind of the look of it, of the mushroom. Has a little bit of curved part here in the middle that is pretty dark. It sort of comes around like that in the middle of this mushroom. It'll be interesting to see if we can even, if somebody can even tell what it is when it's done. If you can tell that it's actually a mushroom there or not, because it's not a simple thing to make here. This I really kind of don't want it to be lines. I want it to be, I think I just want to get this as like more straight dots. Try and give me that shade. And I've already made some lines in there, but all right, let's see. But what a thing to be grateful for, to see something I've never seen before in nature, just on a normal, I think it was like a Monday or a Tuesday or something like that when Marley and I were down there, just walking along, and you see something you've never seen before. Yeah, I'm not sure anybody's gonna know what this is, but that's all right. That's the fun of doing it. Fun of creating. Making something I've never done before. And this is gonna be, I want to get this, I want to get that edge that's there that's really bright, but I want to try and do it as naturally as I can. It is all kind of darker up here on this mushroom. With a little bright edge there to it. It's all pretty shaded up here, this mushroom. And then, see, the funny thing is that the angle that this squirrel has, this mushroom in its head, is an angle that really doesn't allow you to even see its mouth, because the mouth is on the stem of the mushroom, and it comes up here kind of sharp like that, and then it curves in a way down like this. So it is, yeah, it curves in here just a bit with the squirrel's nose and its head coming here like this. All right, and this is all gonna have to be pretty dark here. But then the key here is if I can get this squirrel's eyeball, which is totally black, except for a little light spot but otherwise it is very, very dark eye. Yeah. And then there's kind of I think maybe what I'll do to try and get this is maybe I'll make it just, like I said, like kind of like lines here. Try and give that feeling of little lines here. And there is a lightness right around the eye that if I can get that, it might help to bring it out just a little bit. It is a little tricky trying to figure out the squirrel that's so gray and dark, and you have the dark eyes there. You're trying to figure out how to make this look like a dark squirrel, but not be too dark. You know, we want everything to be dark because this is supposed to be a gray squirrel, not a. I mean, I know there are some squirrels that are black, but here and then up here, we're gonna get some real darkness in here too, because there's some shape of the arms that come up here. And there's a little bit of shadow to the curve of this squirrel going up here. There's a little bit of shadow up here from the tail. And like I said, there's really kind of lightness all the way around the eye. Sort of comes in a little bit there, but it's a real faint yellow whiteness right there that comes around this eye. Try not to make it a straight line there, but trying to give you a feel for it. Not sure how it's coming out. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we do have this gray that comes up in here. And ideally, I mean, like it's interesting to work with permanent marker because there's, for the most part, there aren't like straight lines much in nature. You know what I mean? It's all just a difference of light and dark and how that plays on things. So got that basic shape there. Maybe made it a little too dark there, but that's all right. And then we're gonna get some of this curve down here too. Oh, Marley, what you growling about? It's okay, girl. No, it's all right. It's all right. Shh, girl, it's okay. I think Marley Marley hears something outside. She's wondering what's going on out there. Yeah, this will be all right to give it the feel of fur here on it. It's all right, Marley. It's okay, girl. It's okay. It's okay, girl. Yeah, it's okay. Just giving a little bit of texture here to make it feel like it's the fur of the squirrel. And this, it's interesting, there's a darkness here, but it sort of comes around here too, on the squirrel's arm here in the front. There's a little bit of darkness that sort of works its way up here on the side of the squirrel. And there's some darkness that comes here too, right beneath the tail there. Yep, just getting the darkness here of the squirrel and trying to get it. Don't want it to be too dark there though. It does come up here like this though. It comes up here on the squirrel like this. And then it sort of goes up that way. So that is a little bit darker. All right, so it's kind of hard to tell here on the back of this, but it kind of has a little bit of a pointed head there. And there's a paw that's coming down over here on the other side that you can only kind of see a little. I mean, it's definitely lighter because this is all the white on the underbelly of the squirrel. And it comes over here on that, and we'll get some stuff of the squirrel here. And we'll get just a little bit. I want this to stand to be seen as the white. So I'm just gonna give just a little bit of touches here. Just to give a little feel of that, but not too much. And maybe I'll make the stick here too. So the squirrel's on this, and it was a bit of a knot here in the stick just to give a feel for what it's like. Branch coming down like that. make a branch that's working up here. Comes, maybe has a little knot in that there. Comes down, and then we'll have it come up like this. Doesn't really, a lot of branches don't change in thickness too quickly, you know, they don't. Sometimes they do, I guess, but a lot of them don't. So keep that there. Maybe we'll give it just a little bit of some bark looking kind of stuff down on the bottom of it, just to give it a little feel of it being wood. Give it some darkness up here, because there's the shadow of the squirrel on it. And there's definitely some shadow of it right here. So we're gonna extend that out here like that on this branch. Give a little bit of twisty wood kind of stuff in here. Just giving a feel for it to be like wood, but not doing too much with it. Yeah, don't want to do too much. Give a little bit more of the fuzziness out here. Just give it a little bit more feel, that fuzziness, puffiness. It's not quite so static in a way. We might need to get a little bit clearer edge here. Just trying to get a little bit of a curve there, like it's the muscly part of the squirrel's head. And there we have, well, we'll get a little bit more of this here too. But there we have the squirrel with a mushroom in its mouth. All right, and I'm just gonna put a little signature there, 25. All right, well, friends, thank you very much. And it was fun to create today. Fun to share with you a thing that I've never seen before. A squirrel with a mushroom in its mouth. But anyway, well, thank you very much. And I hope that you continue to create and to continue to be drawn to gratitude. Bye, friends.